Hello, fellow photographers and other creatives. Welcome back to this channel where we DIY and demystify things like ICAs, SEO, and CRMs so that you can run your creative business online without diluting your brand. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe. It's the little notification bell so you never miss out when I'm creating new content like this. We are going to be talking about something that has been coming up more and more. I'm seeing it in a lot of like Facebook chat groups, even like people commenting about it on Instagram. And it's, are we weathering a lull in the photography industry right now? And it's that intimidating period where it feels like inquiries and bookings are reducing, they're stagnant, or maybe they're dropping off entirely. But let me reassure you that times like this, where there's a lull in an industry, it's just sort of the reality of being a business owner, of being an entrepreneur. It's something that we all face, and it's certainly not a reflection of you and your business, your skills, or your talent. So I wanted to jump in directly and talk about what to do if you feel like you might be in this spot. Markets are like the rhythm of the seasons. They rise and fall. So consider this period as an extended winter that's sure to be followed by spring, I promise. When the upswing comes, you want to be in a solid position to maximize the market rebound. But before we delve into that, it's really critical to verify whether it's truly an industry slowdown or could it be something else? Let's take a look at some questions that we can consider. 1, have you recently adjusted your services or your pricing? I never want to discourage you from upping your pricing, from revamping your services to something that feels like it can serve your clients better. However, it's good to know that sometimes a lull and often a lull can happen while you get realigned with the new direction that you're heading. Number 2 is, are you noticing a seasonal trend rather than a genuine market slowdown? We all know that weddings have seasons. Family photography, it has seasons. Even newborn photography, it has a season. So ask yourself, is this a seasonal trend that I'm experiencing, or is it truly a market slowdown? And number 3 is your business relatively new? And I don't mean like new, like 6 months new, but maybe a year or 2 new. There's often this sophomore slump that can happen when we have this exponential growth in the beginning and we get to this point where we sort of have a growth plateau. This is normal. I can make another video all about what to do if you find yourself in this position, but this does not always mean a market slowdown. Number 4 is, could your demand have shifted? This is a weird one, so here's my best example. Pre-pandemic, I was getting inquiries for family sessions, probably new inquiries in like August, September, even October. Many times I was booked, so it was sort of a bummer. But what happened is there was this big shift where people weren't traveling anymore. They were staying home. They had money to spend. And so they were doing that by investing in family photography sessions during the summer, in a time where traditionally I didn't have any. So that was something that changed. And for 2 or 3 years, I had a lot of sessions in May, June, July, and August. And I was getting inquiries in February, March, and April, which historically never happened. But now I'm seeing it sort of shift back. So my inquiries for family sessions in February, March, and April are low, meaning my sessions are low in June, July, and August, but I really do predict that it's going to shift back to where it used to be when more people were coming back from summer vacations, camps, whatever, and that's when they were inquiring about new family photography sessions. So really take a look, and if you don't have that historical data to look at for your own business, maybe you've only been in business for 3 or 4 years and you don't have a lot of pre-pandemic stuff, ask some others around you, because many times demand is shifting, but it doesn't mean that it's going away. You want to make sure that you investigate your business and the market before attributing the lull to a true market slowdown, because often what we do to help with a problem in our business is very specific, right? Just like if you were sick, there's a specific medicine for your illness. If your business is experiencing a problem, there's specific things that we can do to help create a better solution, a better outcome, but we need to know really what the problem is and get to the root of it. So I also really encourage open discussions with other fellow photographers. And I know it's hard. Nobody wants to be that business that says, hey, I'm in a slump. I'm not getting a lot of inquiries. We don't want to talk about the elephant in the room, but that isolation, when we don't talk about what we're experiencing, tends to make us feel like it's just us. We're doing something wrong. We're not a good artist, blah, 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 blah. Like fill in the blanks. I've said it all myself, but please have a discussion with other photographers, other wedding venues, other retailers, anybody in your local market, and see what they're experiencing, because that's going to be a really good indicator if you're truly in a market slowdown. Now, if you've verified, and yes, it's indeed a slowdown, what can you do? Here's an action plan. Number 1, you're going to invest in your SEO. Ensure that you're visible when clients start searching again. Number 2, adapt to market shifts. Are there services that might be in higher demand now? Leverage them. Number 3, invest in your business. Use this time for learning and growth. These are 3 things that are really going to help you with your business if you find that you're in this lull, but don't worry, because I'm going to elaborate more on those points right now. First, let's talk about SEO. SEO is my jam. If you followed me on any other video on Instagram or my newsletter list, you know that this is sort of my true love. Slow times are perfect for focusing on improving your website's visibility on search engines. When the market revives, and it will, I promise you, you want to be the first photographer potential clients are finding. You can check out our free SEO Starter Kit for photographers. I'm going to stick it below in the description. And if you're not a photographer, it still works great if you are a creative, an artist, or any other service-based industry. You're going to get a lot out of it. Next, be adaptable and respond to temporary trends. For instance, if extended family photos are trending, lean into your marketing for this. Be aware of where your clients are spending and where they're not, and adjust your marketing strategy accordingly. Also consider this slowdown is an opportunity to invest in your business. Join a mastermind, take a course, or dive into a business aspect that's been on your radar. I've personally taken part in the Elena S. Blair Mastermind and loved it. I've done a ton of creative live classes, and I also highly recommend YouTube, where you're at right now, for its abundance of free resources. I have learned so many things without paying a dime by just getting onto YouTube, following somebody that inspires me, and learning a skill that I know I'm a little bit weak in. Apart from these, you can also do something like start a passion project. The book projects are really hot right now, where you pick a topic, you do some model calls, and you create a book about a specific thing, whether that's motherhood, or I've done one on senior dogs and I loved it. I thought that it was a great way to keep my name out there. You could do one on restaurants, on parks, different things in your community. Prepare future blog posts. I also love batching my work. I try really hard in the slower times to batch 10 to 20 blogs that I have ready to post, so that when my business does pick up, I'm not having to worry about doing all of that tedious stuff like blog writing while I'm actively shooting. Also, don't forget to continue to engage with your community, other photographers, local businesses, and still your ideal clients. Find ways to connect with them outside of having a business transaction. All of these strategies are going to help you keep your skills sharp and your name in circulation, which is really important. Lastly, the best way to really buffer against a slowdown is to diversify your services. While it might not be super helpful for your current slump that you might be experiencing, but this will help you prepare for the next one by adding on an additional service like school photography, pet photography, or branding. If you've been in the business for a long time, maybe consider offering some teaching to other photographers. But the best way to really smooth out these dips that we see in the market is to have a diversified service or product offering for your clients. All right, but trust me when I say that this is temporary. I've spent years as a business analyst and a photographer myself. I personally lived through many market ups and downs. And what I can tell you is that the one thing that is consistent is that when the market goes through a slump, it always rebounds. And when it rebounds higher. So the important thing that you can do is find a way to position yourself so that you are there, you are in front of your ideal clients when that market picks back up, because market cycles, they're inevitable. But really what matters is how we adapt, learn, and prepare for the next one. So stay strong, keep learning, and continue to capture the world in your unique way. If you like this video, don't forget to hit subscribe, like it, leave a comment. It all really helps me so that I can develop more free tools like this so that you can grow your creative business online without diluting your brand.